Hey guys, welcome from Australia. Welcome to Stockzilla YouTube channel. A deep dive into a green energy stock that I've bought just recently. Ticker symbol is CETY. We'll get into that in a minute. And unless you've been living under a rock the past year, you would realize that where there's a mega trend going on, it's all about sustainability and green energy transition, electric vehicles, EV batteries, solar and hydrogen. And one only has to look at companies like Tesla and NIO, to name a few, that have provided investors with really solid returns. So I guess the hard thing is how to narrow it down out of all the stocks out there that are decent companies, and that's where research is key. So I've been investing in a few SPACs recently as well, energy SPACs, EV SPACs, as you guys would all, most of you would be aware, have provided investors with really good returns as well. And one only has to look at QuantumScape, which started off at $10 like all SPACs do. And you can see it's gone from $10, its peak was 132, so a 10x plus gain. It's obviously consolidated a bit recently, but still really good return on investment. So I'm like, what other SPACs can I invest in? I like to diversify and sometimes take risk with small amounts of my money, and I was reading that people are making some pretty solid gains on OTC penny stocks. So OTC, over-the-counter penny stocks trading for like under 10 cents. And the company that I found out of the dozens that I looked at with the most potential that I thought was ticker symbol CETY, Clean Energy Technologies Incorporated, trading now at 6 cents. On StockWits, there was like 60 watches a week ago. It's up to 600, so it's starting to get noticed. So CETY, it's 200% gains this year, so not bad. I think it's just getting started, and we'll get into why I think that soon. And I think people have gone a bit crazy because people are trading anything that they can get their hands on in the green energy sector, and they're not being discriminative. So people are pumping stocks, and it makes no sense to me because you got companies like its ticker symbol EVUS, which is EV Charging USA. Sounds like a really good name. Comparing it to companies like SBE and EV Box and these companies, TPGY, that have merged and the companies have pumped. People have made really good money, and this one is no different. 15,000% gains, so that's enough for all of us to retire on. But the thing is, it doesn't even have a website. No information online, no SEC filings for the past decade. High risk, seems like gambling to me, so it's a pass. But it was still interesting to see people's mentality and what and how they're investing. So another OTC penny that people have bought recently, which I was considering at 50 cents, but sort of missed the boat because it's at $1.30 now, which is still pretty cheap considering, but it's DSG Global. DSGT, they import electric vehicles from China. They've got partnerships with several EV makers, and their first shipment came in recently. 1,000% gains the past 3 months, which is an amazing return on investment. Have I missed the boat? Well, I don't know. I'm still searching. Consider that if it has a pullback for sure. Another company that people are buying, OTC penny, is ticker symbol BSRC, company Biosolar. 400% gains recently. The company does have a website, which you'll see here. To me, it's more of an R&D tech company, so they're working on their technologies and stuff in new hydrogen. As you can see here, breakthrough battery technologies for electric vehicles. That'll get people's attention, of course. But if we go a bit deeper and check out their SEC filings, no revenue at the moment. So I guess people are investing in their potential, which is understandable. You've got to be in it to win it. But for me, I just thought I'd keep looking. Another company that people are putting their money into that I noticed was, where is it? Oh yeah, ticker symbol HYSR. Sun Hydrogen's the company. It's gone up 2,400%. Absolutely crazy. Crazy return on investment. Good on people for getting in on it. I haven't invested in this. Do they have a website? Yes, they do. It seems to me like it's another R&D tech research company working on their products. They've got a couple of products, Gen 1 and Gen 2 devices that turn split water atoms into hydrogen, blah, 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 blah. SEC filings, so no revenue for the last few years. So it's, again, people are just investing in the potential, which is cool. Like, good luck if it pays off. It's pretty cheap. But back to CETY. Website, yes they do. Products, yes they do. Are they selling those products? Yes they are. We just have a look at CETY. So sales for just the 9 months in 2020, 1.2 million. And then back the last few years, so 2019 sales 1.6 mil, 2018 1.3 million. So obviously each year revenue is growing, and I think it will continue to grow because they've released several announcements in the latter half of 2020 that are really, really substantial, well, I think. But back to the system. So what clean energy technology does is essentially they turn hot air into electricity using their system, the heat recovery solution system. So our technology converts heat from a variety of sources into clean, affordable electricity, which can be sold back to the grid or offset electrical costs, or so they can use it back on site. Why our system oil-free, zero fuel, zero emissions, low maintenance, can be redeployed onto different sites, which I thought was pretty cool. So a history on CETY just briefly. Well, so CETY used to be called Probe Manufacturing, and back in 2015 they bought GE, so General Electric's Heat Recovery Solutions system. So GE paid $55 million for that same system from Caltex, and then later also invested another 30 mil to improve the technology. 2015 comes around, GE sells off a bunch of assets, and CETY buys it. 5 years on, CETY has now sold over 100 units, and ramping up their marketing and stuff this year, they've signed a bunch of really impressive partnerships, which we'll look at. So I'll post this in the description so you can do your own research on it, because there's a lot of news here, too much to go through, but we'll briefly touch on some of it. This one's a letter from the CEO stating, they've been able to maintain revenue momentum and grow profit margins, which is really impressive for such a small company. Continuing to work favorably to leverage our balance sheet, strong global sales pipelines in the US, United Kingdom, Spain, Belgium, Turkey, Hungary, Pacific Islands, Russia, and China. Previously reported, they've established several key global relationships to expand the product offering and solutions and promote scalability. This includes a joint venture with a major Chinese clean energy conglomerate. They signed an agreement with Mesa, California Smart City, which is a smart city which is launching in Asia. They're building a headquarters over in China in the first quarter of 2021. Distribution channels in Europe are continuing to scale up. With the US moving forward, the energy department, so we know that Biden's been elected and it's great for cleaner energy transition, which is really, really cool. Okay, news. CETY secures additional sales in Europe, confirming planned steady growth in the European clean energy market. Specifically, has secured an order for 2 units, which equals $1.1 million, so that's not bad, from the Coracus Group landfill biogas waste energy plant in Turkey. That's a bit of a tongue twister, but if we have a look on the website, it shows. So they're taking the gas out of the landfill and they're pumping it into the system, creating heat, creating electricity. There's a video which actually runs you through exactly how that works, which you guys can check out. Link will be in the description. It's pretty interesting how they can use gas or hot air or other emissions from factories to essentially turn that air into green, free electricity. It's really, really cool. This video just goes in and shows you how the system works, so you guys can have a look at that. Okay, more news is... Oh, yep. Okay. CETY and NX enter into a manufacturing and sales agreement to design, build, and operate renewable energy and waste recovery facilities. So NX is a giant company based in Russia. They service all of Russia and the CIS countries, which you can see on the screen. So pretty much, what is that? Eastern Europe, the CIS countries anyway. NX's technology is based on organic waste treatment. Blah 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 blah. Incorporating the systems CETY. Clean cycle magnetic bearing waste heat generators. Yeah, I mean, if you click on the NX website, you'll see that they're a massive company, and you can see CETY's system on their website for cross promotion and stuff. But yeah, okay. Next partnership is back over here. In Europe, CETY already has inquiries for 8 new units within the European region for other landfill owners, which seems really promising as well, considering that each unit sells for about $500,000, so that's not bad at all. This is the Smart City announcement. So CETY Incorporated signs an agreement to launch their Asian headquarters in this Smart City model for clean energy and technology development in China. You can see the plans here for the Smart City, and more information which you'll be able to find in this announcement, but some of the highlights for that were China transmission, R&D innovation ecosystem. The joint venture will promote sales and application of CETY's products and solutions, several sectors including products and technology, clean cycle 2 applications, blah 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 blah. So that looks pretty promising. This smart city will house 500 million people, 5 UNESCO World Heritage sites, giant panda sanctuary, so it looks pretty cool. Yeah, that's amazing. High-speed rail, blah 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 blah. CETY signs a manufacturing agreement with Envirapel Energy and renewable energy company with a multi-million-dollar power agreement with a major California utility company. So they're setting up partnerships all over the world. CETY is engineering and manufacturing services, emission control, blah 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 blah. Envirapel's biomass energy products to their specs, equating in approximately $2 million of sales. Sell the products developed by Envirapel Energy. So another big partnership there. So CETY has been doing great things this year. That's why, after doing all the research, I thought I'm not going to miss the boat on this one. So I took a position not long ago, and I think you guys should maybe put it on your watch list, considering the hype that's going on with the green energy transition and stocks and people like investing and stuff. So that's the graph for it. It's gone up recently, had a bit of a consolidation, but I still think it's got room to grow considering the outlook for the coming year. So I hope you guys got something out of this vid. Smash up the like button. Leave it in the comments if you want to suggest any other OTC penny stocks that you guys are looking into or that perhaps that you've bought into, and I'll do another video on some warrants that I'm looking at buying and stuff soon. So take it easy, guys. Peace.